Alrighty guys, today in this presentation I will teach you how to build an aesthetic body as a busy entrepreneur for those of you who do not have that much time available. One of the questions I may have received the most over the last 4 or 5 years from successful entrepreneurs from all over the world is how do I balance out running a business while having this top tier aesthetic physique? These are some photos of me, this is what I look like. Now, do I have the best physique ever? No, that's not what I'm claiming. But what makes my physique special is that I'm not torturing myself to achieve this. It's a reasonable process, and this is gonna be very simple, and I'll teach you how to do it without overcomplicating everything, like so many of these guys do in the health space. If you have spent any time on Twitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They make this whole thing seem so difficult that sometimes I feel they do more harm than good. So what I will do in this presentation is share with you the top 5 key things you need to do to achieve and build a body like this, and we will cover how to set your aesthetic goals, how to reach those aesthetic goals, exercises, diet, how to do it all with little time available, and how to stay consistent. Now, just so that we are on the same page, when I say an aesthetic body, I mean the sort of body that looks athletic, functional, and healthy. Some people use the example of what Brad Pitt looked like in Fight Club. Somewhat muscular, but lean at the same time. Personally, I like a little bit more than that, but you get the idea. This is the general ballpark in which we're moving. Now, the reason why we're going for these is because, first of all, that's the healthiest goal and the best way to go about it. And second of all, since we care about aesthetics and how other people perceive us, unlike what a lot of people believe, on average, based on scientific research and studies, and if you read any textbook, for example, on evolutionary psychology like this one from David Buss, you will quickly learn that on average, women, this is the body type that they find the most attractive. Yes, some women, for example, older women, sometimes they like the super bulky bodybuilder types, but on average, most women prefer these leaner, muscular body type. I also personally believe it looks better and it's compatible with a simple, healthy lifestyle, which is something that you should be striving for. Because we want to make sure that we get into our 70s and our 80s, 90s, and even 100s as healthy as possible. We want to look like this right now, and then when we're older, we want to look like this guy right here. And we want to avoid looking like this, okay? No disrespect to Ronnie. So this is what we're going to learn in this video. So without further ado, let's start with the first thing that you must do. Number one is to find a clear visual reference of the body that you want, because there's going to be some differences here. Even though we're talking about an aesthetic body and we've already sort of established what it looks like, it still might look different for every single one of you watching this video, because some of you will be taller, others will be shorter, some will be naturally bulkier, others will be leaner. There's different body types, different genetics, different predispositions, and also there is a matter of taste. As I said before with the Brad Pitt physique, personally I like everything to pop out a little bit more than him, and it will be the exact same thing with some of you guys. Some of you, for example, may really want to focus on forearms. Some people really love having thick forearms. Some others of you will really care about having a big prominent chest. Some others of you not so much. There's gonna be some variation here, and that's completely normal. So you need to go out there and find a visual reference of someone that has a build, a body structure, a foundation similar to yours, similar height, similar natural predisposition, etc., but that has taken that foundation and has molded it into that ideal physique that you want. Okay, this drawing actually turned out better than I expected. And this can be anything. Okay, you can just go online and look for photos of people who have a natural similar predisposition to yours, and then just have that as your visual reference. Like that will be the thing that you will be building towards. Now, if you want a more scientific reference or guidance, what you can aim for is to have the golden ratio applied to your shoulder to waist ratio. This is a ratio that's applied to a lot of things in life, and it's related to aesthetics. And yes, you can apply it to your own body, and it's a ratio of 1.618. So basically what this means is that the distance from shoulder to shoulder should be 61.8% wider than your distance waist to waist. Okay, very self-explanatory with this image. So no matter if you're bulkier, leaner, taller, shorter, trying to keep this in mind. Don't forget though to keep your legs in balance. Okay, and it's important that you have this very explicit reference, because that's how you will be measuring your progress. That's how you will know if you're on the right path to achieving your goal or not. Because if you don't know where you're going, you're gonna end up somewhere random. So go find that reference. I don't care what it is, but find it and set clear goals of what is it that you want to look like based on someone that started with a similar body to yours. Now, the second thing you need to understand and do, and this is what will allow you to work on your proportions and keep your body well balanced, is something that I call the Sculptors mindset. Because here's the thing, when people see me shirtless, they often ask me like, how are your proportions so good? How do you balance your workouts and exercises? First of all, because I have that reference, right? I analyze my body, what is it that I look like, and I'm aiming towards that. I'm not just blindly working out. And then I understand this very simple concept of the Sculptors Mindset, which is something that I learned from reading Arnold Schwarzenegger autobiography, Total Recall. And it's something that has stuck with me for years, and I just took a photo of this part right here before I start recording the video, so I'm just gonna directly read this part to you. The ideal of bodybuilding is visual perfection, like an ancient Greek statue come to life. You sculpt your body the way an artist chisels stone. Say you need to add bulk and definition to your rear deltoid. You have to choose from an inventory of exercises for that muscle. The weight, the bench, or the machine becomes your chisel, and the sculpting could take a year. This means you have to be able to see your body honestly and analyze its flaws. The judges in top competitions scrutinize every detail: muscle size, definition, proportion, and symmetry. They even look at veins, which indicate an absence of fat under the skin. In the mirror, I could see plenty of strong points and plenty of weaknesses. I would succeed in building a foundation of power, mass, yada, yada, yada. So what he's saying here is that he sees his body as a sculpture that you can change and transform into whatever it is that you analyze your body with honesty. You look at yourself, you see your strong points, your weak points, and you work on those. One thing that I've always said to people is that the best scale is actually the mirror. And this is basically what I've done for many, many, many years. I look at myself, and if I see, for example, that, I need more shoulders because I feel maybe that my proportions are off or something, I might go into my workout routine and change a few things, so we ensure that we can balance that out, and I will go extra hard on that. A lot of people, when they want to do this, they just stay on the superficial level of things, like, oh, what are the best exercises, what's the workout routine, what are the exact steps that I have to take. And look, if you truly want to build an aesthetic physique, you have to go deeper than that. You need to understand why we're doing the things that we are doing. What is the point of these exercises? Because your body will be constantly changing throughout this entire process, and you need to constantly change, readapt, modify workouts, because all of these things, as Arnold was saying in his autobiography, workouts, exercises, machines, these are just tools. If you truly want to do this, you need to become the sculptor of your own body, the architect, the director of the movie. You need to be aware at all times, how is it all going? How is it coming together? Are we moving in the right direction? Change whenever things need to be changed, and come up with new solutions, because life is dynamic. I guess for some of you, this might sound like a silly oversimplification, but that's actually how simple it is. The reason why people don't have aesthetic physiques is not because they're doing the wrong exercise, the wrong form when they're doing bicep curls, for example. No, it's not because of that. It's because they don't have the sculptor's eye, the sculptor's mindset. You need to learn how to look at yourself, as Arnold was saying here, and act accordingly. Modify your body, chisel away. Now, that being said, on point number 3, let's talk about exercise types, routines, workouts, because I know that some of you might want more specific guidance. First of all, let me just say that I don't believe there's an optimal specific set of exercises. I think the key is having variety, and there's going to be seasons in which you completely change your workout routine, your overall approach, etc. You change things up, okay? You keep things fresh. You're not always doing the same thing again and again and again and again, because I also think that it's important that your body is adapted to many different kinds of movement, because we also want to focus on functionality. And when you're trying to figure out what are the exact exercises that you should do, you can just try different ones until you find the ones that you like and feel the best. Personally, as an overall workout philosophy, I prefer free weights. I like those more than machines. It feels more holistic, more natural, more functional. I like to do pull-ups, squats, farmer walks, military press. I prefer to do these things more than machines. But I also use machines, okay? I have variety. Machines are really good for targeting muscles. Sometimes I like to start my workouts with free weights so I can just go crazy, and then once my body gets weaker and tired, then I move to machines. But other times, I do it the completely opposite way. Also, I throw calisthenics into the mix because they're great, you know, pistol squats, muscle ups, all that stuff. Then, as an overall workout structure, there are seasons that maybe I hit each muscle group 2 times per week, but in other seasons, sometimes I only do once. So, for example, right now, what I'm doing is Monday, I do legs, Tuesday, I do chest, triceps, Wednesday, I do back, biceps, Thursday, I do legs again, and Friday, I do shoulders, forearms, and a few other random exercises of lesser important muscles, but that I still like to do. And then weekends, I'm off, okay? I don't do anything, maybe hiking, that's it. But that's what I'm doing now. A few months ago, I was doing something completely different, and in a few months, probably it's gonna be different as well. And if you're curious, no, I do not like the push-pull type of workouts, okay? I just personally don't like them. If you like them, do them. Okay, amazing. I just don't. But honestly, I'm only sharing what I do right now because otherwise someone in the comments will be like, bro, but you didn't share exactly what is it that you do. But yes, I didn't, because if you're understanding the point of the video, that's not what's going to help you. Okay, if someone is thinking that, you're completely missing the point. The thing is that each person has different needs and difficulties, and they have to find their own path. I cannot give you a specific exercise routine without knowing you, because some people will come to me and they will be like, oh, my posture is wrong in this way. Some other people will be in some other way. Some people will have this problem, some other people that problem, whatever. There is no fixed formula, guys. You need to wake up. Like, all of these package solutions that people are trying to sell you online, it's BS. I think the ideal way to go about it is something more customized, because you have to keep in mind these things that we've been talking so far. If you want me to give you more specific answers to your specific case, well, then you can just join my private community or book a private call with me. You can find the link to those in the description. There are so many reasons why your aesthetics could be limited. But if you focus on the ideal body type that we already established, and then you have the sculptor's mindset and eye to identify what is it that's missing, then you can just go online and find out by yourself what is it that you have to do. What are the things that you need to change to reach that goal? Trust me, it's not that complicated, okay? Make your own routine, switch it up, experiment, test, fail, and do it again and again and again. Now, let's move to point number 4. Let's talk about time. Because as we said before, this is the whole philosophy of building an aesthetic body as someone who is busy. So we're gonna call this point actually trimming the time fat. The secret to all of this is cutting down all the things that will not give you good returns based on the amount of time that you have to invest in. So basically, low ROI per time invested. So if we analyze all the possible things that we could do, obviously the one that's going to have the highest ROI is going to be time invested in the gym. That we cannot sacrifice. Otherwise, we're not going to get any gains. But the rest, cut it all out. Sacrifice as much as you need based on the time that you have available. If, for example, you only have 1 hour per day, which I think is enough to achieve those goals that we're talking about, 100% of this hour should go to the gym. No sauna, no cold plunges, like cut it all out. What you cannot do is sacrifice your workout time. There is a hierarchy of priorities. Do not cut your workout time by 20 minutes or 30 minutes because you want to do saunas and cold plunges. If you have more time, then yeah, for sure, go do it. You can add a few more things like sauna and sunbathing and all that amazing stuff. But if you don't have it, then you have to sacrifice on those things, because workout time is the most important part. So just cut the rest, cut all the noise. Again, I cannot give you a specific answer because some of you will have like only 1 hour available. Some others of you will be 2 hours. So it's very personal, and I don't know exactly what is it that you're doing with the 24 hours that you have available to you every single day. But again, this is the overarching philosophy behind all of this. And it's the exact same thing with cooking. I do not personally like to do full-on meal preps, but I like to leave it all somewhat prepared and ready so I can just cook things very, very quickly and easily. So for example, as of lately, for dinner, I've been having sweet potatoes and chicken. So I already have the exact portion of sweet potatoes that I want to eat, all diced up, and same thing with the chicken. So I can just grab these exact portions from the kitchen because it's already prepared and all set. And then I can just throw it into a steamer and that's it, you know, and it only takes like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. It's so easy. There's zero friction. And from here to your plate, you eat it and you're done, ready to go. And I eat the exact same thing every single day because I don't even like to waste energy on thinking about what is it that I'm going to eat today. It's already there, it's already decided, and I have to invest zero energy and thought into it. And this allows me to save a lot of time and just to move fast and spend my time on the things that are truly important. If you have to go shopping for groceries, do it only 1 day per week. You just calculate what is it that you will need for the entire week. You buy it all, you separate it into the correct portions for every single day, every single meal, and that's it. It is complete BS what some business gurus say that, oh, cooking and eating, it is such a waste of time. It's gonna take 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. I've heard some guys say every single day it's gonna steal you 3 hours. It is absolute BS, okay? I think for me personally, breakfast maybe takes me like 10 minutes, both preparation and eating. Lunch, I would say 20 minutes, and dinner between 20 and 30 minutes. This is simple, guys, okay? Keep it simple. There's this thing that I don't know if you've heard of, the KISS principle, which basically means keep it simple, stupid. Do not overcomplicate things that do not need to be complicated. Now, by the way, if you're curious and you want to know exactly what my diet consists on, it's basically red meat, chicken, fruits, sweet potatoes, rice, olive oil, and also olives. And that's about it, honestly. Sometimes there might be some slight variations, but that's about it. It's basically whole foods, if you think about it. There's other videos in my channel where I talk more in depth about food, so you can just go check those. Now, last point, number 5, and this might be the most important one, even though a lot of people don't realize. This is the big secret that separates winners from losers. The big human divider, the big secret to attaining whatever it is that you want in life. Can you guess what it is? Because I've talked endlessly about this on my channel. It's very simple. It is consistency. It is better to have a mediocre workout for 1 year straight than having an amazing month of workouts but then doing nothing for 11 months straight. So what you need to do is to develop a plan based on all the things that I've explained in this video so far that matches with your schedules that will allow you to stay consistent. If whatever plan is it that you come up with is not realistic for you and it makes it difficult for you to stay consistent, then cut it down. You have to change it. Do not feel ashamed. This is the number one thing that you have to prioritize, something that will allow you to stay consistent, because otherwise nothing is going to happen. It is better if you have a mediocre plan that you're going to stick with, that's something that's super great, but you're only going to be able to do it for a month. So go and build this plan right now based on the 5 points that I mentioned in this video: the visual reference, the Sculptors Mindset, the exercises, the time aspect to it, and then also the consistency. But go build this plan right now, because if you watch this video but you don't act on it and you don't implement anything, like, this video for you has only been entertainment. The difference between entertainment content and educational content is whether you do something with the information that you're consuming or not. So if you want results and you want this body, act on it. Go through these 5 points again, make a simple plan with the existing knowledge that you already have available. You don't have to overcomplicate anything, and that will allow you to stay consistent. And be patient with this whole thing. It might take a while, but you can get there. To end it all, I will leave you with this quote that I really like, I really love, that it reads, "Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor." And I like this quote more from the standpoint of personal development, but obviously it applies to this whole thing that we've been talking about here. So if you like this video, go watch some of my other videos on my channel. I'm sure you're gonna like them as well. And if you want to go more in depth, because obviously there's a lot more to this whole thing that what I just explained right here, then you can either book a call with me or you can join my private community and you will learn a lot more. Okay, so click the link in the description or the pinned comment below. And that's it. Okay, take care. Have a great life. Peace.